So second time is the charm today. What happened, just so you guys know, is that our confidence monitors just went to sleep. But now we're ready to get started. So I want to welcome everybody who's here with us today. We have some exciting stuff lined up to share with you guys today. And I also just want to apologize once again for making you guys wait. We had a record of over 50,000 fans who registered to attend our event today. That's a bigger number than we've ever had. And of course, we're very happy with this record. Thank you, guys. We are live streaming today's event simultaneously on Mi Community, on Facebook, and on YouTube so that everyone can participate. And for those Mi fans who have been patient with us watching on our brand new Mi Community website, we're giving out 5 Mi Maxes every 5 minutes. So please tell all your friends to join in, and you guys can also join in from here. You know, we launched Mi Community on the 20th of June, just a few days ago, and we had 19,000 fans register in just the first 4 days. So Mi Community is off to a great start. And there are some of the hilarious posters that you'll find on Mi Community. These were created by our fans to celebrate the launch of Mi Max. You have the Mi Maxinent starring Jay Sir, Maxman with our very own Galsasi Bro, who many of you guys already know since you're fans. And we're talking here about a couple of things today. I'm going to start with MIUI. MIUI was our very, very first product. We introduced it on August 16th of 2010. That was 1 year before we launched our very first smartphone. And MIUI has now 200 million users globally. Yeah. And by the way, MIUI users are some of the most active mobile internet users anywhere. According to data from Nielsen, MIUI users here in India use their devices 33% more than the average for smartphones users in India. And according to MobiQuick, MIUI users are the biggest online spenders among all Android users here in India. They spend 25% more than the average user. So MIUI has really become a powerful, powerful mobile internet platform. And today, I'm here to talk about the next step in our evolution, that's MIUI 8. And we're going to start with something that you guys have already seen, which is our beautiful new logo. What do you guys think? So MIUI has been redesigned from the bottom up so that we could arrive at MIUI 8. Our inspiration comes from a kaleidoscope. Now, if you were to break open a kaleidoscope, what you'd find inside are just simple, small little pieces of various different shapes. But put these pieces together, and the kaleidoscope reveals a world with endless variations on color and form. This ability to generate so much diversity from simple components is the foundation of our new design. We collected ordinary shapes and simple colors from everyday life. We combined them in elegant and powerful ways to create a whole host of dynamic and ever-changing surprises. These surprises make up MIUI 8. MIUI 8 has a new color scheme. We used a wider and livelier palette to bring more energy into the design. And we now use colors to convey information in an experience that really flows very, very naturally. For example, the color on MIUI 8 calendar is inspired by the seasons of the year, going from blue for the winter to green for the spring to orange for the summer, changing color, changing shade every single month of the year. The new weather bar in the notifications shade changes with the actual weather and time of day. So you can go from, a rainy day to a starry night with snow or clouds in the sky and birds that fly. Each piece of content is paired with a color. And these colors make your experience more lively, and they enhance how information is conveyed. Endless variations flow from a very simple palette of colors. Now, If color is the face of our new design, then animation is the body language. With MIUI 8, we've continued a very long tradition, as you guys know, of best practices in building designs that are not only pretty cool to look at, but also useful and logical. When you turn on Wi-Fi, the animation and burst of color makes it clear that you are connected. No words are needed because a great animation makes things clear. Now here's a video that we put together for you guys that shows MIUI's 8 unified design beautifully. Let's watch it.
With MIUI, design comes to life at the first touch. Where simple dots, lines, and shapes evolve to show you the world in all its complexity. A design aesthetic that combines all these elements while letting individual features stand out. Colors are blended, balanced, and refreshing to the eye. Just like a kaleidoscope which uses color in unlimited ways. Animations are fundamental to UI design. Good animations direct attention and help you clearly understand what's important at that very moment. It is an experience that should be enjoyable, intuitive, and natural. The golden ratio of design and technology, where both are in complete harmony. MIUI 8, redesigned for a whole new experience.
All right. What do you think? So the new design of MIUI 8 makes your smartphone experience smooth, useful, delightful. So the slogan for MIUI 8 is simplify your life. And I want to show you some of my favorite new features in MIUI 8, which is exactly how we are going to simplify your life. Starting with gallery. These are some panorama shots some of my friends at Xiaomi took recently during their travels. Now, when you take panoramas and you store them, this is what happens. This is what they look like in most photo apps. They get squared. In MIUI 8, there's a better way to browse panoramas. We show them in their full glory. Beautiful, right? And we also show screenshots in their native dimensions, so you're no longer having to look at a square when you really wanted to look at a rectangle. And sharing is simpler than ever with the new quick share function of MIUI 8. Just swipe up and share. It's that simple. And no matter how much storage you have on your phone, you'll probably run out of space. For most users, images actually take up the bulk of your storage on your phone. So MIUI 8 comes with Mi Cloud Photo Sync with a new feature that does local compression of photos. You can free up to 90% of photo storage space by keeping the originals in the cloud and leaving only high-resolution previews locally on the device. So if you have 10 gigabytes of photos stored on your phone right now, you'll get 9 gigs of space back when you upgrade to MIUI 8 instantly. Next, video editing, one of the most requested features from our fans, and it's here in MIUI 8. You can trim videos in real time. By the way, this is Ollie that you see here. She's our mascot baby girl that some of you may recognize from my Facebook posts. She is absolutely adorable. You can apply filters also in real time. You can add a music soundtrack from a number of preloaded soundtracks or use your own. Or you can let MIUI 8 do everything for you using one of our one-tap templates, which include special effects, transitions, and music. And this is what the finished product, in this particular case with Ollie and the 9bot, looks like. So that's Ollie and video editing for you guys. And there's a lot more things in the new MIUI 8 gallery. It's basically a creative hub for your photos and video editing needs. You should try it out. This is one of my favorite new features in MIUI 8 because I use it every single day. Screenshots. Well, sometimes what happens is you want to take a screenshot of something like this cake recipe here, which is several screens long. So what you end up doing is you take a screenshot of the first page, then you scroll, then you take a second screenshot of the second page, then you scroll again, and then you take a third screenshot. And basically what you end up here is 3 separate images to share. Well, we fixed this because it's annoying in MIUI 8, and we call it scrolling screenshots. I knew you were going to love it. So here's how it works. Basically, you take a screenshot at the top, right there. Now, you see there's a floating preview on the top right. Tap on that. Then scroll down as far as you need. And tap Done when you're finished. And you can also tap on Edit at the bottom to crop the image precisely where you want it to be cropped. So we'll get that address bar out of the way, and voila, it's ready to share. Pretty cool, right? So that's scrolling screenshots. Basically, one action to capture everything you need in just one shot. I want to introduce you guys a new, really nifty feature called the Quick Ball. So what's the Quick Ball? Well, here's how it works. Quick Ball gives you 5 gesture shortcuts that don't require changing the grip or moving your thumb around too much. So if you're browsing and you want to go back, for example, just swipe down quickly on the Quick Ball, and that takes you back. Or you can go diagonal up to go to recents, or you can go diagonal down to take a screenshot, or go up for home, or just move the Quick Ball around. You can place it wherever you like, basically so that you don't have to move your thumb too much. That's Quick Ball. Now, you can change all of the 5 shortcuts on Quick Ball to whatever you want. So here's what I have for myself. I have Facebook, I have WhatsApp, I have a screenshot shortcut so I can take screenshots with one action. And then I have a toggle for mobile data so I can turn mobile data on and off, again with just one action. And of course the back button, which is very useful on the Quick Ball. And by the way, what's cool too here is that Quick Ball works from the lock screen. So you can go straight into WhatsApp or Facebook, for example, directly from the lock screen. So that's Quick Ball. Next up is Calculator. Calculator, you might ask. Yeah, Calculator. Let's imagine you're making a trip to the US. You need to weigh your bags at the airport. You need to change currency. You know, all these things that you have to think about before and during your trip. Of course, it's very easy to convert pounds to kilos. You know, just divide by 2.20462262218, and of course, you get the result. It's also very easy to bust your budget if you don't remember the correct exchange rate. How much is that in rupees? Well, just multiply by 60, actually it's 66, actually it's 67.5. What's the correct rate again? Who am I kidding here? Of course, it's not that easy to remember any of these things. So MIUI 8 Calculator makes it easy for you. It can automatically do these conversions for you. Weight conversions, temperature conversions, currency conversions. But that's not all. There are so many different conversion calculators for you here, everything you need in your daily life. Basically, just click on the menu icon in the top left corner. and then you can access a great variety of conversion calculators for your daily life. So that's the MIUI 8 calculator. Now, I want to talk to you guys about an app that we all know and love. Of course, it's WhatsApp. It's the most useful communication app on our phones and something that none of us can live without anymore. But right now, you have to add everyone to your WhatsApp account. Your friends, your family, your coworkers, your boss. Half the time people are messaging you for personal reasons. Half the time they're messaging you for work. You know, it's just confusing and annoying, especially when you want to break from your workday. Also, when you use WhatsApp to chat with your friends, your boss can see when you last logged on, and it becomes impossible to ignore him late at night. That's a big problem. Wouldn't it be better if you could separate these two groups into separate WhatsApps? One WhatsApp for work and one WhatsApp for personal life. Well, you can't do that right now because even if you have two SIM cards on your phone, one for work, one for personal, you only have one phone, and each phone only allows one WhatsApp account to be logged in at the same time. So how do you solve this? MIUI 8 has an awesome solution. It's called Dual Apps, and it allows you to turn your WhatsApp into two WhatsApps. Literally, you can have two WhatsApp accounts running at the same time on the same phone. Pretty cool, right? So you can have two WhatsApp accounts, one for personal, one for work. They're completely separated. You can have conversations with everyone at the same time on the same phone, but keep your phones, your accounts completely separate. So you can actually have a life for once. And not only can you do this for WhatsApp, you can also do it for any other app on your phone. You can have two accounts in Clash of Clans. You can have two Facebook accounts for different friend groups. Or, I don't know, you could have two Tinder accounts so you can A/B test your profile picture. And that's not all. In addition to turning individual apps into two apps, you can turn your phone into two phones. One phone, two completely separate spaces, each accessed with a different password. Two totally different spaces with different home screens. Separate galleries. Separate galleries, each with their own photos and videos. Even better, different set of user data across all of your apps, including browsing history, contacts, everything is separated. So with Second Space, you can literally have two completely separate worlds. You can make your life more private, more secure, better organized. It's really awesome. Just think about how much these two features, dual apps and Second Space, can make your life so much more productive. Pretty cool, right? All right, let's keep going, let's keep going. In MIUI 8, we're introducing ringtones to the theme store here in India for the first time. So let's listen to a couple of these. First, here's a tribute to the 90s with the latest hit remix, Oe Oe, from the film Azar. Or the recent High Heels hit from Key and Ka, which is also pretty hot. Plus, ringtones from soundtracks, your favorite artists, your favorite movies, all now in the MIUI 8 theme store here in India. All of them are provided by Hungama, and they're free of charge for now, so get downloading them right away. Now, since we're talking about the theme store, I wanted to take a very quick sidebar here, if you guys will allow me, to talk about our first ever theme contest in India, which started in December and ran all the way to May with 1 crore rupees in prizes so far. 369 themes were accepted into the contest and 6.5 million downloads from our fans around India. And here are some of these outstanding themes that were created by designers, especially for this contest. We've announced the winners already in MIUI Forum and Facebook, and we can't wait for you guys to try them out. So that's our theme contest. Let's go back to MIUI 8. We've added a few cool features to the dialer app that I think you guys will really like. Starting with T9 Hindi input. You can search for contacts in Hindi directly from the dial pad without having to go into full search mode. We've also added caller ID to the dialer in MIUI 8. Basically, every day we get a lot of calls that we don't really want to take, but the problem is that you can't really tell when one of these unsolicited calls are coming in. Well, now you can with MIUI Caller ID. We used crowdsourced reports to label these unsolicited numbers so that you'll know who it is before you answer. And you can just dismiss those calls if you don't want to take them. But what if we went one step further and let you know exactly who was calling? With MIUI Caller ID, when you get a call from this number on the screen, instead of even just knowing that it's a courier, we can automatically identify the caller as your Amazon delivery person, for example. Our caller ID will automatically recognize numbers from many well-known businesses in India. We currently support numbers from Amazon, Domino's, Swiggy, and Zomato, and we'll be constantly adding more and more of these numbers to make your life even easier. So that's caller ID. All right. Now, what about outgoing calls? Can we also help you find numbers when you need to make a call? Yes, I was just telling you about T9 Search. T9 Search in MIUI 8 also allows you to search for businesses, for some of the most popular businesses, and just call them directly. We have already 1,000 numbers for the various public entities and well-known businesses here in India, and we're going to be adding more over time, again, so you can just make a call very quickly, even when you don't have that in your contacts. We also get a ton of SMS messages from businesses these days. In fact, we've been getting more and more of these non-personal messages in our inbox. And these messages can clutter your inbox, of course. In MIUI 7, if you remember from last year, we started grouping business SMS messages into a separate folder, separating them from SMSs that you received from your friends. You tap on notifications, and then you'll find those messages here. But these shortcodes are still very hard to decipher sometimes. In MIUI 8, we're making them even better by also labeling these numbers. It's kind of like caller ID, but for SMS. And we gave these names that you can actually use, complete with logos. Much better, right? You're asking yourself, why didn't you do that before? Like, it's such an obvious idea now that you've seen it. Well, we also wanted to make your SMS app more useful by enabling you to take action on these messages. So let's say you just ordered a movie ticket from Book My Show. Why can't we just add these details to your calendar automatically for you? Well, we've added an easy one-tap method so that you can do just that. When you tap on that button, the booking code goes into your calendar, so you no longer have to dig through your previous SMSs to find the code when you're picking up your tickets. Pretty easy, right? And if you're like me, you use up your data plan all the time. And you get a message like this from your mobile operator saying that you're about to run out of data. Well, now you can just click to recharge instantly. And in addition to making recharge more convenient, we're also getting you awesome discounts working with MobiQuick. So you can recharge with one tap. You can recharge across all of the top mobile operators in India, as well as your DTH plan, and it works very, very well. So that's one tap recharge. Caller ID, SMS services, including caller ID for SMS, T9 search. These are small details that most people don't think about at all. But these are the details that really simplify our life when they exist. And these are the details that make MIUI so awesome. So that's just a preview of MIUI 8 for you guys. simplify your life. And there's a lot more we didn't cover here, and we can't wait for you guys to start exploring. So, MIUI 8 will be in public beta with the OTA starting on July 11th, so it's just around the corner. And then we'll start updating devices on stable on August 16th. We will gradually support all of these devices as part of the beta. MIUI beta will be available for download both from our new Mi community as well as our MIUI forum. Can't wait for you guys to try it out. All right, so now it's time to go max. And I want to welcome again everybody who's on our live stream, specifically those who are in the Mi community. We're still giving away Mi Maxes, so please stay with us. You guys ready to talk about Max? Yeah. Okay, well, Mi Max is the new big, but I actually want to hear you guys say it. Mi Max is the new? Yeah. Mi Max is the new? Yeah. That's right. Well, Mi Max is the new big, and it builds on the most successful device we've ever launched here in India, which is Redmi Note 3. Redmi Note 3 is now the #1 top-selling smartphone online in India. We've actually sold over 1 million so far. People love it. Any Redmi Note 3s here? Holy smokes. Whoa. All right. Well, people like you guys love it for its incredible Snapdragon processor, beautiful design, 5.5-inch display that's so great, and so many other things. But what everyone really, really loves is the incredible battery life. Is that right? Raju PP put it best in his tweet about his screen on time when he was trying out Redmi Note 3. And with Mi Max, we're raising the bar even higher with a 4850 milliamp hour battery. It is the longest battery life of any smartphone we've ever shipped. And in fact, Mi Max has the longest battery life of any smartphone we've ever seen anywhere, period. Do you believe it? Okay, well, I've been asking people who have been using Mi Max, who have been using it for the past few weeks, what they think so far. I've even asked my mom, in fact, just a few days ago, about her experience with Mi Max, and she sent me a whole video with her review of Mi Max, which is pretty awesome. By the way, all of these icons are little Hugos, if you can see, which is pretty adorable. That's my mom. And she gets 4 days battery life on her Mi Max. She's really, really enjoying it, and of course I know it because she texts me about it every day. But what she really likes about Mi Max is the super large immersive display, 6.44 inches. Mi Max is the new? Yeah. All right, you guys are so well trained. All right, well, you know, it's kind of funny, but if you go back a few years, not even that many years, 3.5-inch or 4-inch displays were the standard. And then 4.7, then 5.5, then we started calling them phablets. And today we're pre-announcing our 2017 flagship smartphone. Ladies and gentlemen, Mi Maximus. By the way, we used Sudeep here for scale. He is a normal-sized human being, just so you guys know. Well, jokes aside, the reality is that 5.5-inch devices is now considered normal. They have quickly become the most desirable display size in India. But what's interesting is that if you just go back a year and a half ago, people thought 5.5 was actually too big. And when we launched the first Redmi Note in India in 2014, we basically created this category under 10K. And of course, once you go big, you can't go back. And that's why the 5.5-inch category grew 4 times since last year. If you look at the data here, 5.5-inch smartphones are already much more popular than 4-inch devices. But if you look at the category above 6 inches, right now, it's almost non-existent. Well, is it? As it turns out, when people shop for tablets, they're often looking for a large phone. Today, if you go online, say on Amazon, to search for a tablet, people shop by size, and you can see that 7-inch tablets dominate here. But the most used filter when searching for tablets is call facility. And over half of the tablets on Amazon actually support voice calls. Same thing on Flipkart. Vast majority of tablets here support voice calling. Same thing on Snapdeal. Overwhelmingly, 7-inch tablets with voice calling dominate. These are some of the most popular tablets with voice calling here in India. People actually use these devices as primary phones. Personally, I think they're a little too big. So we decided to ask users, what is a phone and what is a tablet? And is there a sweet spot right in the middle? Let's watch a video together where we asked people what they think.
Holding this and this, it's quite different experience. I think my hands will pain because I have to hold it so tight so that it cannot fall.
Definitely it's thicker than this one. It has a lot of bezel space around it, which is adding to the thickness of this device. So even I'm holding this in right hand, but I feel comfortable holding this in left hand, and I'm a right-handed person.
So typing on this will be a two-handed task as opposed to this, which I can type with one hand.
This seems a bit lighter. Yeah. Yeah, this is a bit bulkier.
हमारी तो फ़ोन एक हाथ से तो कैरी नहीं हो पाएगा ये नहीं इसके लिए 2 हाथ की ज़रूरत है.
It's a little too wide and it's a little bulky. Mi Max is a lot slimmer and is easy to hold.
I mean, I've seen my mom making calls and I told her not to do it. She would be like, hello, hello, and then she would be confused. She can't hear it, so she has to put it like this, and it's funny.
If I'm running away from someone, I can hide my face with this.
I think this is a decent screen size actually. Anything above 6.5 is like crossing the limits of a smartphone.
Okay, I would say Mi Max is a phone because I find it comfortable to use. It's not a problem. It's not too big for me. That is too big.
It's a phone. Tab was the earlier device, like it's so huge, it won't fit into your pockets.
Mi Max can act as a phone plus tablet with a smaller screen if you compare it with Tab. Mi Max is a phone for the people who like the best of both worlds. That's how I would describe it.
Hello, 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 hello. That's pretty funny. Well, so what is the sweet spot between a phone and a tablet? Well, we know that 6-inch displays are not as immersive, especially for video and games. On the other hand, devices around 7 inches and above are too big and bulky. Certainly cannot be used as a primary device. Well, a 6.44-inch display is the sweet spot between an immersive experience and phenomenal hand feel. 6.4 inches is the new? Wow, all right. But you might ask yourself, will Mi Max fit in my pocket? Yep. It slides right into your jacket pocket, and it will also fit comfortably in your front pocket. And by the way, if you're riding a motorbike and you need to make a quick call, you don't even have to take off your helmet. You just make your call. Now, what do users think about Mi Max? We went to the streets with this question, and we asked people who are seeing Mi Max for the very first time. Let's take a look.
Pretty big.
It's very big. It's looking very small in front of that.
Well, even without the cover, it's much slimmer.
Yeah, probably even lighter than the smaller phone. Like watching movies or TV shows and etc. Having such a big phone to view all this is damn good.
We can see everything, and mine is just a small. It's half of it.
Like on smaller phones, it's difficult to like keep on moving, but I think since it's bigger, it's easier to maneuver.
See, for maps again, it's a bigger screen. So that's excellent, even if you want to put in a car somewhere or something like that.
I really like it. And why I really like it is because you can see everything at one shot. So it's like, it's easier to see.
I think it's really nice that you have a bigger screen, because generally with Swiggy, it's a lot of maneuvering around.
Usually my Excel, they're very small. They need to be like scrolled a lot to actually see what's going on. Here I can actually see all of that.
Feels like I'm reading on laptop kind of thing, but on my hand.
Like when you see it first time, you wouldn't think that it would fit in your pocket.
It fits well in the front pocket, I think.
I think I won't be able to carry this in my pocket. It fits quite well, yeah. It's sleek.
All right. So Mi Max is a 6.44-inch phone that comfortably fits in your pocket. Now, here's why. Mi Max is really, really thin, and it's very light. It's only 7.5 millimeters thin, and it feels absolutely great in the hand because it is curved both in the front and in the back. It fits comfortably in one hand, and it gives you just amazing hand feel, even for ladies. Let's take a closer look here at how elegant Mi Max is. I particularly love the front camera, the proximity sensor, and the speaker, and how they're placed on the top of the device here. You may not see this yet, but once I show you the next picture, you're never going to unsee it. It makes me think of Baymax. Doesn't it? See, you can never unsee it now. I think it's awesome. And here you can see the double chamfered edges, both in the front and the back of the device. And you can also see how the 2.5D curved glass transitions seamlessly into the metal edge. It looks so elegant. It's extremely sleek, fingerprint sensor on the back of the device, just like Redmi Note 3. It's also available in silver as well as dark gray. And here are all of the three colors together: silver, gold, and dark gray. Feel free to take photos. And we made a gorgeous product video for you guys. Let's take a look at that. I love this video. All right, now, do you guys want to see it? Do you want to see it? All right, let me show it to you. Thank you, Matt. All right. Here is, I'm going to go over here. Here's Mi Max. Feel free to take as many photos as you want. Got a few shots? All right, Jay, let's go to the live screen on this one. There you go. So everybody can take your photo. Yeah, over there? Did you guys take your photos? Wow, I've never seen so many phones. Oh, okay, over there. Like this? good. All right. Okay. I got the clue. Thank you, Matt. All right. So now that you've seen it, I have to talk about how fashionable Mi Max is. It is really premium, and especially so in gold. I think it looks extraordinary. Mi Max is the new? Still awake. All right. Well, the best thing about the large display is supersized apps. You can see more detail, you can see more content. For instance, if you're playing a game like Plants vs. Zombie, it's so much easier to put items in the game with a bigger screen like this. For video calls, you can see the person much better, you can see more details, and you can see them more clearly. For comic strips, you don't even have to zoom in to read the dialogue. Shopping is great too because product thumbnails are larger. You don't even have to click to see the graphic pattern on these dresses. On the big screen, it's just there. On WhatsApp, you can see more of the conversation with your friends on a bigger display. Office tools are a lot more convenient to use on Mi Max. You don't have to zoom in and out on your Excel and your Word documents. You can just see everything right there. And the difference when editing a document is even more significant. You can see extra rows and columns even when you're editing. And also the larger keyboard is so much more comfortable to type on, and definitely fewer typos. And it makes a world of difference when you're reading. About 50% more content. That's more than what you can see on the screen of the biggest Kindle. Drivers can also appreciate seeing a larger map when navigating. You can see here more around Connaught Place, for example, on the map. You can just see more. Mi Max is phenomenal for watching videos on the way to work. It's perfect for keeping the kids entertaining during meal times. You can use it for recipes while cooking, and you can see everything so clearly. You can watch sports like football or cricket matches with your friends. The big screen is good enough for everyone. And it's great for using outdoors. It comes with what you already know, sunlight display. All of our devices carry that technology. And on top of this, here are 3 features that make it easy for you to use Mi Max with just one hand. One-handed mode as part of MIUI, the new Quick Ball, which you just saw, and the new one-handed feature for Google Keyboard. So you can even use it with one hand. With so much tech built into the Mi Max, it's really not just a big display. It's a great display. And it's protected with Corning Gorilla Glass 3, which makes Mi Max extremely resistant to scratches and to shatters, especially for ladies who obviously put their phones in their bags a lot of the time, along with keys, lots of different things, makeup kits, hairbrushes, and so much more. Gorilla Glass 3 really is a must-have for a large phone like Mi Max. So we made a kind of a funny video to talk about this. We call it the bag scratch video, and I think you'll love it. Take a look. All right. Mi Max is the new? All right. Okay, let's talk about battery for a little bit more. Battery life has no doubt become the single biggest feature of a smartphone nowadays. We've essentially sort of hit the practical limits on things like display resolution, RAM and storage. So battery really is it. And Mi Max has the longest battery life of any smartphone we've ever shipped. In fact, it's 20% more battery than Redmi Note 3. It's 50% more battery than the original Redmi Note. And what's interesting is that Mi Max is much, much thinner than these other devices. And despite having almost the same thickness as the iPhone 6s Plus, it has a 76% larger battery, which is awesome. Now, how is actual battery life on Mi Max? I wanted to show you guys some data. Mi Max lasted almost 14 hours using 1080p streaming on YouTube over Wi-Fi, which is almost double the second best device here. Really incredible battery life. And one of the things that we've been hearing a lot from people who have been using Mi Max is that they particularly love it for GPS navigation in the car because it's a big screen, it's even easier to see. So we decided to take Mi Max on the road and see how it compares for GPS navigation with a few other devices. Take a look. So that's Mi Max and GPS navigation. The results are stunning. Mi Max lasted an entire 6 hours and 40 minutes for the whole trip and still had 34% battery left at the end of the trip. The other devices could not even last the entire trip, so it's pretty amazing. And for those of you who still aren't convinced, we decided, of course, to ask people for real battery usage data from their day-to-day, and here's what they had to say. So here's Jay and his battery activity. He managed to get over 1 day of battery life with Mi Max as his primary phone with 57% battery left. And Jay is a total power user, of course. He was mostly on 4G, using VoLTE and also Wi-Fi the entire day. Santosh used Mi Max for about 1.5 days with almost 8 hours of screen on time and had 15% battery at the end of that, which is really, really great. Annabelle is quite a trooper. She managed to get over 9 hours of screen on time, even though it's a huge display, playing games like Ramen Celebrity and Rise of Berk, as you can see here in her battery activity. And my mom used Mi Max for over 2 days, and she still had 68% battery life when she took this screenshot. And she managed to get a total of 4 days of battery life, which is spectacular. Mi Max is not just big, it's huge on battery. And there's a couple more things I wanted to mention to you about Mi Max, starting with the fact that Mi Max comes in 2 different versions. One is Snapdragon 650, the same great processor as Redmi Note 3, and one with Snapdragon 652. These are both flagship-grade processors with extraordinary performance and power efficiency. Mi Max has a 16-megapixel phase detection autofocus camera that produces beautiful photos. In fact, I want to show you very quickly some of the beautiful pictures that were taken by our Mi fan, Surbi, who took Mi Max with her on a family trip to Mysore. This is Surbi, by the way, in Brindavan Gardens. Look how beautiful this photo is on Mi Max, of course. She took this beautiful shot that captures sort of the red petals on the ground, this beautiful blurry out of focus effect. And she took a family photo with her entire family on Mi Max as well. And you can see how great this photo looks. And then she came back to Bangalore and then took this photo of her neighbor's puppies. Look at the amazing detail and texture here, not to mention the extraordinary cuteness. Love puppies. Mi Max also has a 5-megapixel front camera with Beautify, as you'd expect, for amazing selfies. The dual SIM tray is a hybrid slot, so you can put in 2 SIM cards, or you can swap out the nano SIM for a micro SD card for up to 128 gigs of micro SD expansion. Pretty cool, right? Thank you. Mi Max will ship with Android M And it will soon receive MIUI 8, which will be available, as I told you guys early, July 11th on public beta, and 16 August on stable for everyone. And we also have a special offer for Mi fans with a great new partner. So Mi fans will get 3 months of unlimited movies on Hungama Play for free, plus 1 year of unlimited music from Hungama Music. 3 months of free movies and 1 year of unlimited music. Pretty awesome offer, right? Well, this will be available for the first 1 million Mi Max, Mi 5, and Redmi Note 3 customers. Pretty cool, or what? And exclusively for Mi Max users, we've also partnered with Warner Brothers to bring you one of this year's most exciting blockbusters. Warner Brothers' Batman versus Superman. All right. So Mi Max users, on top of this, will be the only users in India who can watch special behind-the-scenes footage from the Batman versus Superman movie. The only ones in India. And the first 10,000 Mi Max users are also going to get free access to the full movie, available for streaming on Hungama, in special partnership with Warner Brothers. Great offer, right? Okay, so in summary, Mi Max isn't just a great phone, it also comes with great content. And there's a couple things I didn't even have time to mention. I'll just cite them briefly here. Mi Max supports all of India's LTE bands, and of course, it supports VoLTE out of the box. It also comes with an infrared sensor, just like Redmi Note 3 and Mi 5. And now for the very important question. I know this is probably on everyone's minds. What is the price? Yeah, baby. Well, normally I spend a bunch of time talking about other devices in the category, comparing the specs, what's a good value. But turns out Mi Max stands on its own. There's nothing in the market that we can really compare to. It's a brand new category that really pushes the limits of what you expect a smartphone to do. So it doesn't make sense to do a comparison. So instead, we asked people on the street what they thought Mi Max might cost when they played with it for the first time. Guess the price. And here's what they had to say.
Considering how Xiaomi would price it, it would be somewhere in the margin of around above 15 and below 20.
Somewhere maybe around 20 to 25, 30, 35K. I think it will close to 25. Should be around 24, 25, 21, 22,000.
27, 28.
What's the price of this phone? I would love to buy this phone.
So, what do you guys think the price is? Any guesses? $16? $18? Is that 30? 20. All right. All right. Let's see. $14,999. 14,999 rupees for the 3 gigabyte, 32 gigabyte version of Mi Max with Snapdragon 650. But wait, because we really listened to your feedback and you told us bring us the top stuff. We're bringing you a special version of Mi Max, which has 4 gigabytes plus 120 gigabytes of flash. And this version will come with a Snapdragon 652 processor for $19,999. And here's the price for both of them together, $14,999, $19,999 for the 32 3 gig version, for the 4 128 gig version of Mi Max. Mi Max is the new, our largest device yet, and it is truly larger than life. Mi Max goes on sale on July 6th on Mi.com, and you can start registering right now on Mi.com for the first sale. Mi Max will be available on open sale across all of our partner platforms, including a new partner, Paytm, starting on July 13th this year, just in a couple of weeks. And guess what? Everyone here today walks away with an F code to buy your own Mi Max. And there's more. This Saturday, the day after tomorrow, we will have a monster giveaway of 100 Mi Max. Mark your calendars. We're going to have a Mi Max showdown with Jay Sir and myself on Mi.com live stream. Lots of surprises at 6 p.m. on Saturday. Just log on to Mi.com, and I think you're going to be pretty happy, and you're going to have a lot of fun with us. On Saturday at 6 p.m., Mi Max showdown with 100 units to win. And I wanted to close by really thanking all of you, our media colleagues, our VIPs, and of course our fans, for being here today for a couple of hours, for really being so patient with us. We really, really appreciate it, and we have so much more coming for you guys later this year. And perhaps the most important thing for all of us, and especially for me, is to thank the incredible Mi Global and Mi India team. These guys are incredible. You have no idea, and perhaps you do, how much work went into this. So a huge applause for the Mi Global and Mi India team. Thank you guys very much.